Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome back to another Flex's View. I haven't done a Flex's View in a hot minute. So I thought I'd do one today. I've been back from tour for about a day and a bit, struggling with the old jet lag. Can't get back into the groove of things, but I better get on it too, because Sky Sports tomorrow, early doors. Sky Sports Friday, early doors. Match on Sunday at Wembley. So baptism of fire straight back in, which is probably good for me. But this, I did not expect to be doing my first Flex's View on this specific subject. Now, you guys have probably seen some of the news earlier on, right? Regarding one, Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong. Yeah? And apparently, and I'm going to go through the quotes in a minute, or the reports, should I say. Apparently, I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't even want to start it off. But the news is the news, as we say. But apparently, Man United are back in for Frankie de Jong. So let's just get into what it is. We posted it earlier on United View. And it's Michael Plant, okay? Michael Plant, who's a journalist at Mank World UK. And also, a journalist who covers Manchester United. And he's saying that Man United have approached Barcelona over the possibility of signing FDJ. I can't even say Frankie right now. Yeah, FDJ. United have made a tentative approach to Barcelona in recent days to ascertain de Jong's availability. We've been there looking at this guy's availability. With the Premier League side open to completing a deal if a fee around 30 to 40 million mark can be agreed. So that's the kind of opening part of it. It goes on to say, while it remains unclear, here we go, while it remains unclear whether Barcelona would be willing to sell him, manager Hansi Flick, obviously they've got a new manager this year, is believed to be keen on keeping de Jong, shock, this season. Man United's approach is not advanced, and although Ten Hag still feels he would be the perfect fit for his midfield, shock, we know that, an offer hasn't actually come through yet. An offer may not be forthcoming. So basically, we haven't put in a bid. An offer may not be forthcoming, but Ten Hag still thinks he's the perfect fit for his midfield, obviously. Hansi Flick still wants to keep Frankie de Jong, obviously. And the fact that we've approached even over his availability just scares me. Like, don't be so silly. Like, we've been here before. We've done it before. Like, the way I'm not even allowing myself to, even get involved with discussing the type of player that Frankie de Jong is, and what he can offer us, because obviously he's a fantastic player, but look at what happened 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, Eric's first season, because we ended up Casemiro. So 2 years ago, we tracked this guy all flipping year. All year. He wants to come. He needs a payout. I was on here like an idiot, like a lot of us was, saying, just be patient. Of course, he's owed all that money in deferred wages and stuff from the COVID situation. Rare. Just be patient. We'll get our man. I even spoke to the club. I was on Sky Sports doing the same transfer window I'm doing now. And they said there's an agreement in place with Frankie. He wants to come. We're just waiting on ironing stuff out from the Barcelona side. And what's his name? Laporta. I think they're Laporte is their, or Laporta. Can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The Barcelona president who pulls all kind of economic levers where Barca managed to get themselves out of financial ruins. They ended up keeping this guy. And by all means, most of all, Frankie de Jong, according to reports, always wanted to stay there. So we got led down a garden path and looked like absolute fools by the time of that end of that window. And now you talk about sins of the past, because we didn't get this guy who we're looking to try and go in and get now. We ended up with Casemiro for 5 years with 350k a week wages, who we're now trying to shift. So right now, when we've supposedly walked away from Ugarte the other day, the last thing we need to be doing is be stupid enough, and I'll say it, be stupid enough to get led down the garden path again, whether it's Frankie de Jong and his representatives, or it's Barcelona or the president, whatever, to get led down the garden path again and enter into this flipping back and forth and waste the rest of the window trying to get Frankie de Jong, albeit for 30 to 40 million pounds, which is an amazing price if we could get him, by the way. I will say that. But I'm not on it. That, we need to learn our lessons. Now, this hasn't come out from Ornstein. This hasn't come out from Romano or Plettenberg or, Spanish, Marsa or whatever. It hasn't. So I don't think there's a lot of legs in this, in my personal opinion. Will I be keeping an eye out and trying to look to see, just have a little look? I'm not even allowing myself, as much as I love Frankie de Jong and I think he's a top player and of course would be perfect in our midfield, but as much as I believe that, I'm not even getting into it. I'm not being naive enough to get into it. Unless something seriously drastic changes, i.e. Ornstein literally drops a bombshell siren and says Man United and Barcelona in talks for for Frankie de Jong, fee agreed, just on the player side, wages or whatever. Unless something crazy happens, I ain't getting involved. And look, it's our role here at United View to discuss what the news is, and that is the news. I ain't making this shit up, like just to come on here and just get a bit of sensationalism or just try and like say it for no reason. I wouldn't do that. You lot know me. But especially the Frankie de Jong situation, that's a touchy subject. Every Man United fan, and you know what, I don't really like speaking for everyone, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in this situation. Every Man United fan knows that we got absolutely fleeced last time, and we don't want to be getting into a situation whereby, we do it again. Learning off the sins of the past. We can't afford for that kind of shit to be happening, because we're going to get set back again. And then what? Panic again and go and buy a midfielder who doesn't fit the profile. There's no longevity in what we're trying to do. No, don't do it, Man United. Please do not do it. Now, I'm not saying that someone like Frankie de Jong I don't want. Of course, I've wanted him. We all did. Most of us did the first time round. But there's no way I think that we're going to be able to go and get that deal done and get into bed with Barcelona and negotiate. And, and like I said, the report even says Hansi Flick probably wants to keep him. The report even says a bid may not even be forthcoming. But it is interesting to hear that Man United have approached Barcelona over the possibility. Guess what? They're either going to say no, piss off, or they're going to lead us down the garden path again for no reason. And I'm not willing to do that again, me personally. Let me know what you guys think, but it's one that's up in the air. And I don't think that's going to materialise at all. But we shall wait and see. Another thing that was from earlier on was a little bit of update on the stadium. And this is from Chris Wheeler from the Mirror, I believe. The Daily Mail. And shout out to Chris. I had a good conversation with Chris on tour. I'm going to get him on the channel, actually. That was the plan out in America. We just didn't get around to it because we were so busy, and so was he. But we had a good chat about the stadium. And he's done a piece today in the Mail saying, as part of the ambitious Man United project, Old Trafford would be reduced to a single-tier stadium that would hold closer to 30,000 fans. Crucially, some of the most treasured features of Old Trafford would remain in place, such as the Munich clock and the tunnel that commemorate the 1958 air disaster, and the statues dedicated to Sir Busby, Sir Alex Ferguson and Jimmy Murphy, and the Holy Trinity of course, Sir Bobby Charlton, George Best and Dennis Law. So taking Old Trafford down to, 30,000, that's, something that the club are looking at. He also says Manchester United want to keep hold of Old Trafford, even if the club decide to build a 2 billion state-of-the-art stadium. I've probably read these the wrong way around. But he says we're considering basically a scaled-down version of Old Trafford alongside a new arena that would preserve the history of the club and provide permanent home for the women's and academy teams. So that's what this scaled-down version of Old Trafford would be. Do we have any objections to that? Absolutely not. Now, as you guys have seen on the internet, loads of different opinions about whether to even get a new stadium. Some people say do not do it. Some fans are like, look, let's just build on what we've got. Let's just modernize it. Other fans are like, listen, just get a whole new stadium, man. We've got to have the best in facilities. And I think this is a good middle ground, personally. You know my thoughts. I know I went to the SoFi and said that I want something like that. Of course, it has to be adapted. We can't just have a version the exact same as the SoFi and stick it in Manchester. That's not going to happen. And also some of the things that they have available, like the flipping nightclubs around the flipping side of the pitch, and you can lean on it and get in it to the DJ, and that ain't going to happen in the Premier League. That ain't going to happen for football. But the basis of having a big F-off screen at the top of the roof, I want to see that. I want to see, 100,000 seats. I want to see, so much different places to eat and drink at Old Trafford. different cultures, different food available. Why can't we go to Old Trafford and have sushi? Why can't you go to Old Trafford and get tacos? Why can't you go to Old Trafford and get jerk chicken and rice and peas? Why can't you go to Old Trafford and get fish? Well, we can get fish and chips now, but why can't you go there and get an Indian in the stadium? When you go to Wembley Stadium, even though that was open quite a while ago now, the array of food that's there, and the same with the SoFi and other stadiums like it in America. I want Man United to have that feel, but of course they need to keep elements that make it conducive to what we need it to be. They need to keep elements that make it a football stadium, a British English football stadium. Man United is the biggest club in the world and the biggest club in England. It needs to reflect that. So for me, I want to see a new stadium. I like the idea of keeping Old Trafford as it is. I think it would hurt to see us just completely demolish it. You're talking about those key things there. The Munich clock, the Munich tunnel, the Trinity statue. These are big iconic things at our football club. That's our DNA. So to see those things sort of knocked down and abolished would hurt. And if there's a way we can keep them, which this seems like it is, why not? And what a facility it would be, because they could modernise it a little bit as well, by the way. What a facility Old Trafford could be if you took it down to 30,000, modernised it a little bit. And, the women's team could have a 30,000 seater stadium, and so could the academy, by the way. That'd be amazing. So for me, I'm all for that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's a divisive topic. I tweeted it the other day when I was in America, when people have difference of opinions and some people want to come at each other, and it's not worth arguing over. Like, be respectful of people's opinion. Don't go effing and blinding at people because they want to have a different opinion to you about what should happen with the stadium. But listen to each other, talk about it. I want to know what you guys think. So drop your views in the comment boxes below. Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you on another episode of I was going to say the Flex and KG show there. No, the Flex. Yeah. See you on another. Actually, not even that. The Flex is the channel that's up and running now, or going to be. Go check it out. My channel's coming back. But Flex's View, that's what this is. I got there in the end. Take care. I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.